Meet Simon. Meet Tina. This is their baby Joe. We're all happy families. Now, work is very stressful for Simon. The family's financial position is resting on his shoulders. Like many families, the stress has got too much for him and he assaults Tina. Little baby Joe doesn't know what to do, so he calls Childline. Sarah from Childline had help for this family and baby Joe, and the problems were solved. And there was peace at last. As the years pass, baby Joe grows up, but can't quite fit in. He's very nervous around people after the family issues. He's experienced psychological trauma. Because of this, he finds it hard to cope with the pressures of society and finance, and he eventually has to sell his house. He becomes lonelier than ever and ends up living off the kindness of passers-by in the streets, and here he is, no home. Baby Joe at this point is barely living, with hardly enough cash for a sandwich. He then runs into a dead-end life and results in selling drugs. He believes he has no option, and eventually the drugs take their course. Baby Joe is left with nothing, homeless, psychologically damaged and depressed. He loses all hope. But a counsellor named Tess saves him, sets him up in a council flat and lands him a job as a shop assistant. Tess also supports baby Joe with regular counselling and advice in how to cope financially and with the drug abuse and cope with the trauma he's experienced.
There are many issues which are affecting our society today. Here are just a few of them. Let's begin with the environment and our planet in general. It's important that we look after the world that we live in, and therefore we must learn how to protect it. This can be done in many ways. For example, perhaps instead of driving to places within walking distance, many of us should indeed walk. By doing this, we can help to reduce global warming and make our world a much more pleasant place to live in. This issue is becoming increasingly important and we need to act now. Next, racism. Unfortunately, racism is still affecting many people around the world today and is not acceptable. No matter what race we are or where we come from, we are all equal and deserve to have the same opportunities in life. No one should be discriminated upon because of the colour of their skin or their origins. This is an issue which is still affecting our modern society. Education is also an issue in our modern society, not only in our country but also around the world. Not everyone has access to a good education, and this needs to change. Every person deserves the right to have access to a good education and learn to read and write. Now, crime. Crime is a massive issue affecting our modern society. It's a great shame that much crime is being committed around the world today, as it puts many people at risk and in danger. No one should live in fear or in an unsafe environment, and therefore the problem of crime needs to be resolved.